Welcome to the recording for the group project for Group 9, Memory/Me. It's an application that sets out to make people's lives easier by allowing them to organise things in a meaningful way. Today we're going to run through the main features of the application, which are the calendar with personalisable events, and also the diary, which allows for flexible and powerful text editing inside an inbuilt editor, and also displays all previous diary entries below the editor itself. Today we will assume the role of a client named Bill, who's come across the app for the first time and is going to use it. The first thing that Bill will see when he comes to the page is the home page, which will give information to anyone who visits the page about what the app is and what it does. We'll also give updates and planned features in the future in order to let people know what we're doing at all times. We'll have some factoids, did you know about the human brains, and any contact details you need to reach us. Developed by is also down the bottom, just to let people know who actually developed the app. After perusing the home page, Bill will click into Calendar. He'll receive a modal here asking him to sign in if he wishes to save events to the calendar. He then switches over to the diary just to get a look at what it actually does. We can see here that he's entering what he thinks is his first entry anyway, with the different features available in the toolbar. But we'll see in just a couple of seconds that when he goes to save it, it will again prompt him with a modal to sign in order to save things to the diary. The diary is built with an open source editor called Quill.js. After this, Bill proceeds to the join page. Here he can enter any email address he wants. After he does this, he'll obviously enter his password and he'll click sign up. When he clicks sign up, an email to verify his email address will be sent to him, and he will realise this when he clicks login. We've also reminded him to check his spam email. For Gmail, it doesn't go into spam because it's Google Firebase auth, but for other email providers it can go into the junk mail, so we thought just a helpful reminder would help. When Bill proceeds to his email, he'll see that he has 2 verification emails. This is simply because he double clicked the sign up button. Usually a rule of thumb here is that at the very least the most recent verification email will work, and we'll see here he'll click on the most recent one and his email will be verified. When Bill returns to the app, he'll be prompted to sign in again unless he saved his details. He proceeds to do so. After he logs in for the second time, post verification, we'll see that a sign out button appears where the sign in boxes were, and the join thing has changed to Bill's personal email. He then proceeds to put in his first diary entry, just reminding himself of what he's going to do later, meeting up with someone. Anything could be put in there. He could write an essay with the options given by the text editor. And when he saves it, we'll see that it instantly displays itself down below. As we can see below, it does indeed display itself, and they all auto-organise by date, so you can have multiple entries on each day. Bill then proceeds to work on the calendar to add some new events, keep track of what he's doing today, what he's doing over the coming months. He's scheduling a haircut right now, and we will see after he saves that the time stamps clean themselves up. There's the option to delete, and posts the details of the event just below where the timestamp is. So later on that evening, Bill has been out with his cousin for a drink. He comes home and he's entering another diary entry, kind of slash reminder about the day's events and what he needs to do following them. We'll see just in a second when he finishes typing up that they will be stored in the same date modal as the first entry for the day. One of the other features of Memory/Me is that it works out of the box almost perfectly with Android phone integration. It's not itself, at least yet, an Android app, but running it in any standard Android browser produces near perfect one-to-one displaying and functionality within the app. There are some minor CSS issues that need to be addressed, but as it is now, it's still perfectly usable on Android phones. We're going to see now Bill log back in through his Android phone and use the same functionality he has been using in browser, only obviously styled to an Android phone. So we pick up again back at the login page. Bill enters the same details that have already been verified through the web browser. He's just using a link sent through a messaging app to the app itself, but it would run just the same in Chrome on mobile or any other kind of optional browser through the Android interface. And again, we see here the diary, the links, everything displaying properly. Bill's reading through his diary entries. He's made a couple more since we last checked in. He's going to make a new one on his phone. The exact same functionality applies across, and Bill's going to save this entry much like he did the other ones, and it will be saved, sent to the database and stored. Again, Bill could be using any of the tools we've made available through the toolbar. The toolbar is also kind of fully modular. We can make it as complicated as needed or as simple as no toolbar whatsoever, and the functionality is working across browsers and mobile. Bill's going to now check in on his calendar, which slims down quite nicely for a mobile display. As you can see there just a second ago, the white dots pertain to events he's already put in. He's now going to add a new event through the event adding modal, and again it still displays quite nicely on his mobile phone. The exact same features and functionalities are in, and it sends it to the database just as you'd expect. Bill will soon return to the home page to see that has again formatted itself for mobile, and that'll kind of complete the roundup of what we have got to offer for Memory/Me. Functionality was key, and we feel like we achieved most of what we set out to do. The bonus of it working almost perfectly on a mobile platform was kind of an added bonus for us, and future updates would include extra functionality across the calendar, possibly the ability to share your diary pages.